Welcome, everyone, to this week's weekly live immigration attorney chat here at Immigration for Couples. I'm attorney Megan Pastrana. I'm the owner and managing attorney at the firm. And our firm, if you are new to our Facebook page or our YouTube channel, our firm is dedicated exclusively to helping couples all across the nation and all across the world and navigating the U.S. immigration process. So we host these weekly Facebook Lives to provide you with clarity and insight, regardless of whether you're just starting out on your immigration journey or are in the middle of the process. And if you have any questions, I have two topics lined up here today. If you have any questions after that, please feel free to put them in the comments, and I am happy to answer as many as I'm able in the time permitting. And if there's any questions that I don't get to, I will be happy to look at those and talk about them at our next Facebook Live. All right. Good morning. It's so great to have you with us. Thank you for being here, Stephen. All right. So we can go ahead and we can dive in. So is there a right time to talk with an immigration lawyer, or are there certain things that you should have ready? When do you know that you should be talking with an immigration attorney? This was actually a question that was asked about 2 weeks ago. And I thought it was a great question because not just because I'm an immigration attorney and love to help couples through the process, but I think there's a lot of misconception as to having to have a whole bunch of things ready before you meet with an immigration attorney. I see a lot of couples who think that they need to have all their evidence and all their ducks in a row before they meet with an attorney, and that could hold you back. So it really will depend on your specific circumstances as to when it makes sense to engage the services of an immigration attorney or to meet with an immigration attorney. But in general, the number one things that clients tell us is, I wish I would have started sooner. I wish I would have met with you sooner and got that clarity that I needed, that we both needed rather, to understand our options and our next steps. So really a good rule of thumb, though, is you're in this relationship, you're in love, and you realize, hey, this is my person. We want to spend our lives together. What does that look like? And some of the questions that you should ask yourselves when you get to that point before you meet with an immigration attorney to know you're ready is, in what country do we want to live? You know, a lot of couples have that conversation. My husband and I had that conversation. What country do we want to live in? We have two options here. So really, get on the same page about that. And maybe you need to explore both options. Maybe you need to speak with an immigration attorney in the United States and that other country to fully understand your options and what the path looks like. So that's the first question to really ask yourselves. Where do we see our next chapter being? Where do we want to be living? And then the next question is, when do you both want to move? When are you ready? When are you ready to make that move? When are you ready to be together? And when is your relationship going to be ready if you're not yet married? When will you be at that point in your relationship where you're ready to make that commitment, where you're ready to get married? Once you're at that point of readiness, even if you're not at the point where we're going to do this tomorrow, but you know it soon, that's a great time. That's a really great time. And that's the perfect time really to be meeting with an immigration attorney to understand your specific situation and to really review your immigration history and understanding, will you need a waiver? What path is the best path? How long will this process take? Because all of that information will be key in helping you to be able to make the best informed decision for you to take those next steps. And like I said earlier, it's always it's kind of heartbreaking when I see couples that they've waited to get all their documents together and they don't realize wait times or they don't realize certain things. And so education and getting clarity at that point, when you're in that point in your relationship and you have a little bit more of an idea of where you want to be in your next steps in your next chapter, that's a perfect time to speak with an immigration attorney. And if you're at a point in your relationship where you're not quite there, having education and clarity and information is so important. And that's why we created a free resource center at immigrationforcouples.com. In that resource center, we have a lot of detailed information about the different options that are available to couples. And we will soon be also releasing a webinar that will go into even more details about options and what to expect in the process. So that's a really great place if you're just collecting information and wanting to get clarity to check that out. All right. So hopefully that helps answer that question. And thank you to our viewer who asked that a few weeks ago. Great question. All right. All right. Well, it was great speaking with all of you, being with all of you here today. I hope you have a fantastic week and a great weekend. And I will see you all next week. Take care, everybody. Bye.